I know that turning on the news these days can seem like it's nothing but doom and gloom. There's never any good news anymore, but that's not true. There's always some good news. For example, Tesla plunges 36% in first quarter, worst performance for any period since 2022. Tesla's stock plummeted 36% in the first 3 months of the year, its steepest drop since 2022 and third biggest decline for any quarter on record. The company has seen declining new vehicle sales and faces concerns surrounding President Trump's tariffs, as well as protests related to CEO Elon Musk's role in the administration. Tesla lost over $460 billion in market cap in the quarter, while the Musk-led Department of Government Efficiency claims it's so far saved $140 billion. Tesla's stock just wrapped up its worst quarter since 2022 and suffered its third steepest drop in the company's 15 years on the public market. Shares of the electric vehicle maker plunged 36% in the first 3 months of the year. The last time Tesla had a worse stretch was at the end of 2022, when the stock cratered 54%. The quarter included CEO Elon Musk's sale of more than $22 billion worth of Tesla shares to finance his $44 billion acquisition of Twitter, later renamed X. On Friday, Musk said his artificial intelligence startup, XAI, had acquired Twitter in a deal valuing the social media company at $33 billion. Tesla's first quarter drop wiped out over $460 billion in market cap. The majority of the quarter overlaps with Musk's time in the second Trump administration, leading an effort to slash government spending and regulations and terminating tens of thousands of federal employees. And this was, I believe, Elon Musk's fatal mistake. Now, is Elon Musk going to die penniless in a fucking hovel somewhere? No. But he's going to feel it for a hot minute now, because the mistake he made was he turned his back on the people that supported his products in exchange for the people that would help him get out of investigations, in exchange for people that would help him steal more money from the federal government, in exchange for aiding him to be even greedier than he already was. The people that were buying electric vehicles were moderate to left, not center to right, for the most part. And the further right you went, the more into the Trump camp you went, the crazier the notion got, right? We're not fucking electric vehicles. Get that fucking communist bullshit out of here, man. Gas vehicles. They went so far as to put these big fucking stacks on their trucks and belch black smoke into the air to show how much of a fucking man they were. But then, in typical MAGA fashion, Elon Musk, who needed to get out of some investigations and wanted to see how much money he could bilk from the federal government as well, who has desires to be president but can't, so he's got to buy his way into the presidency. Elon Musk turns his back on the people that do buy his cars and gets in bed with the people that have hated his cars and still hate his cars. He buys himself a candidacy, and they line up behind one another to just fillet this man in the public square. So now he's on their side. We want nothing to do with him. But politically speaking, none of that really makes or takes away money from Elon Musk. It's the cars. Well, if we're done buying his cars, and they never have and never will buy his cars, then who the fuck's going to buy his cars? That's why his stock is tanking. That's why his sales have cratered. That's why countries are cutting off any ties that they have with Tesla, or divesting themselves from any investments that they have in anything to do with any Musk companies. You know, I did a video yesterday with these people that were counter protesters to a Tesla protest. So there were anti-Elon Musk protesters lined up in Orland Park, or beginning to line up in Orland Park, Illinois, getting ready to protest outside of a Tesla dealership. And then there were counter protesters, pro-Trump and Elon Musk folks over here, counter protesting. And I showed the guy on the counter protest side. He videoed. Well, I just showed my age there, didn't I? With the fucking handheld doohickey. You know what I mean? He videotaped, sorry, you hold your phone up these days. He video and taped. Jesus Christ. He videoed his side, the pro Elon Musk side, gathering, right? And he was talking about how, we're here to support Tesla. It's not Musk, right? He's there to support Musk, but he said we're here to support Tesla. Yet none of them were driving Teslas. All of their cars were Jeep, Chevy, Ford, Chrysler, Buick. No Teslas. So you're not supporting Tesla. You're counter protesting. You're trying to own the libs by having more people out than they do or more flags than they do. But if you were supporting Tesla, you'd be in the dealership buying a Tesla. That's what Elon Musk needs from you. He needs you to buy Teslas because the people on the left aren't going to buy his cars anymore. They're still going to buy electric vehicles. They're just not going to buy his. And you guys don't want to buy them, so